Hello and welcome back, loyal viewers, to another episode of Sunstriders Phase 3. This will be episode 10 that you have logged in for on this fine day. I, of course, am joined by my emerging storytellers yet again as we continue, all four of them, I should say, as we continue weaving this tale set 80 years after A New Hope, the movie, on the planet, the mystical force-powered planet of Etone, where the new convocation of the Force resides, along with their Gree caretakers of the Shrine of the Ancients, called the Etone Equilaterate. Last week, as a refresher, last week, our group finally returned to the Shrine of the Ancients for the first time after the expedition with Dr. Starbloom was over. Samson finally named his Osprellus bird companion, caringly known now as Bead, considering that he brought a small icy blue bead to him from his little shrine where he found him.
Iced out his neck.
Iced out his neck, gave him a little collar. We split the two mask halves in between us. And by us, I mean between Jeff and Samson. And we all kind of split out to do a couple of things while we waited for the meeting with Kazuki, the convocation chairman. Noel went and talked with the Gree in the Gree egg and made a few discoveries there within. They had some ancient tech, looked like, that they either could not or do not know how to repair, sort of stacked up, and found something very similar to the droid artifact or the mechanical artifact that he found aboard the Blue Decaprism upon his original arrival into the system. Samson and Jeff visited the archives, the ancient archives, for the first time, and ran into the gold isodecahedron, the leader, Gree, of the Etone Equilaterate. Talked a little bit with him in search of some more information, specifically around the word Derefan. Not only in the war class or the battleship class, but perhaps something that may enlighten Samson and the others to more of his order's whereabouts and origins. And they also met Zoe, the Gonk droid leader of the Nin Orthodoxy, who also likes to enjoy spending time in the archives, learning things like that. Samson and Jeff also went to relax in the bathing waters at the temple. Noel also got a sweet oil bath from the Gree while he was in the Gree egg. Jeff got to catch up with his friend Flola and continue their ongoing dialect or diatribe about belonging and beliefs and things of that in the Force. And directly following that, Samson and Jeff also went to talk with Azramode, the protector of the Herald of the Derefan. Large Gendai fellow in his pitted sort of copperum armor. And Samson, how would you describe that conversation as going? 5 words or less?
It went well.
Terrific.
Enough.
Went well enough. Jeff, Chris was actually asking me, I had a question.
Yeah.
Did you tell Narax about the mask or no?
Nope.
I didn't think so. Okay.
No, and I didn't even hint at it. I was
right, it never came up. Yeah.
No.
I didn't think so, but I wanted to double check. And then later on, we, the party, met up at the Fulgurate, the main meeting building of the Council of the Chairs of the Convocation of the Force, to discuss the expedition and Dr. Starbloom's sentencing. It was not a full house by any means. Kazuki Sagri, the council, the chair of the convocation, was there. Varric Ezek, the Sunstriders representative, was in attendance. And Klai Shuo, the representative for the Barando Sages, a elderly Keldor man, was also in attendance, as well as Dr. Starbloom himself in a sweet personalized stasis field by way of some nice magna cuffs. Sentencing was shared. Plea deals, not necessarily plea deals, but you know, whenever you go and talk in court about how good the defendant is and what good they've done for you guys,
Character testimony.
Character testimony. Thank you. I'm a criminal justice major. I should remember that. Went on in there, and eventually Dr. Starbloom was in fact taken away to go stand in front of a USDC judiciary.
We follow the rules here.
That's right. And with of course no shortage of words exchanged, Jeff being the only party member who will be promised to have his name on the discovery paper pinned by Dr. Starbloom. And also Dr. Starbloom supposedly believing that this will all be taken care of in a week and he'll be out and back for vengeance post-haste. So, more news on that later, maybe in 10 sessions or so. I'll drop a little nugget for you guys. Surprisingly, which is actually where we're going to start today after our session question, the Jedi were absent from this meeting. So, we'll go ahead and start with our session question, which, for episode 10, is going to be, who in the party would you trust most to keep an important secret? Go ahead, Shib.
No. I have the most rapport with No. And, not to be racist or anything, but, you know, I think in Shib's mind, droids have a proclivity to, keeping quiet about things unless explicitly asked about them. Maybe unfounded, but that's what she believed.
Very good.
Go.
Yes, and I believe you'll want to take those 2 light side tips. But yes, go ahead, Jeff.
Also no, because I think that no would tell me if he didn't intend on keeping that secret. He would just say, I can't guarantee that. And I think if Noel were to tell me that he could keep the secret, then he would keep it. I trust that.
Very good. Very good. Hey, Noel, can you keep a secret? No. Okay.
That's all you need to know.
And go ahead and roll your destiny points.
I got 2 of them now.
Very good.
Hell yeah.
Very good.
We're getting
Ooh,
stronger.
I'll take the light 2.
Of course. Nobody ever wants to take the 2 dark side tips. Crazy. Strange. Go ahead, Samson.
Also, no.
Garrett, you know what your answer has to be.
I would simply, hey, give me a second.
Myself. 2 can keep a secret if one of them is dead.
Simply
And-
because
Yeah.
Samson would make Null swear it in his code, and he feels like a robot couldn't disobey its own orders.
Hey, partition this off, no.
Hey, put this in a special partition in your memory banks for me.
Going into temporary memory.
And last but not least, the man of the hour, Noel. What do we think?
I think
trust himself.
it's tempting to go that route, but I do have to say probably Shib. Just due to the kind of high moral nature of the Jedi. Like, I think that depending on what the secret is, Shib would probably be the most likely to keep it rather than, like, I don't know, something seems a little more mercenary of Samson and Jeff. Like, if, they could trade it for something, I think that they might do that. I think Shib is pretty stuck to their, like, values.
Very good. Go ahead and roll your destiny points. Terrific. 4 and 2, not bad to start. And I know we were just finished up with the Fulgrit meeting as we ended last time, but we're going to take a quick jump back in time real quick, since we have Chris back in attendance with us here. So Shib, is it safe to assume that you perhaps head back to the Jedi chapter house upon your re-arrival?
Absolutely.
Very good. Anything else, or what's on Shiv's mind as she's walking back?
Probably thinking about like what she's gonna tell her master, how she's gonna tell her, if she's gonna get in trouble for it, things like that. Kind of catastrophizing about the whole situation.
Of course. Well, if you would be so kind as to give me a sweet perception check, I would much enjoy that.
It's difficulty.
Of that, I'm about to tell you. It's actually going to be 4 purples and a setback.
Oh, wow. Wow. Way better than I thought it was going to be.
Not bad. Really could have been better. But Shib, you are in fact distracted as you are returning yourself, walking back the pathway that you haven't necessarily walked so much to be second nature, but heading back to the rise where your Jedi chapter house rests. As you round one of the familiar corners, around some of the other familiar brick and stone houses and other structures that have been haphazardly built up over different millennia, you certainly don't see Master Zoe drop from a small shadowed enclave above you with her own boken in hand and swipe your legs out from underneath you as you are walking. So go ahead and take 4 strain for me.
Wow. Did we reset strain at all, or?
You have not yet. We will here
Okay.
shortly, yes.
Awesome.
Ah. Welcome back, Padawan.
It is good to see you, Master, and I'll draw my boken.
Very good. You need to be more wary of your surroundings.
There is a lot on my mind. A lot I must speak to you about.
Oh, well, what perfect timing. Let's go through our forms.
Very well.
Now, what do you have to tell me?
I'm assuming this is, yeah. Master, I am conflicted with the nature of our previous assignment. I know that Dr. Starbloom has been imprisoned for removing artifacts from the crash site, attempting to steal them, and I don't know where my party falls in on that. You see, we discovered the mask that I told you about. I think I told her about it.
I think you
I
had sent a
her
message.
so-
Yeah.
We discovered the mask that I told you about, and it seems that a few members of my party decided to take it with them. And I do not believe they are planning on disclosing this information to the chairman.
Go ahead and make a lightsaber check for me. Average difficulty, 1 setback for your distracted nature.
1 failure.
Your elbow's too low here for Shicho ship. You have to keep it up. You can't allow your saber to fall off of your midline too early in your opening sweeps.
Of course, Master.
Well, yes, that is interesting. Do you think it is a source of power or something of that nature? What has worried you about this particularly?
As I've said, there was some sort of force revenant attached to it. We were attacked by it. We were able to... I don't know if we defeated it, but we were able to contain it, at least. Through no small part of my friend Samson.
Oh, that is good. Are you sure it's attached to the mask?
I suppose I'm not positive, but it certainly was trying to attack whoever was holding it. So if not attached to it, certainly drawn to it.
I see. Yes, that does make sense. The clattering of wooden swords. As you guys consistently change location, working your way back to the Jedi chapter house, up and down these alleyways, short footsteps tearing up dust and things like that in the path as the suns rise higher overhead towards noon. Well, Shib, do you have any experience with sensing connections on objects?
Admittedly, no, just the basics that they taught us at the temple on Octo.
Oh, well, this is something I can impart onto you then. I have I would say an expanse of experience with this. It's been something I've relied upon heavily in my life. So once we return to the chapter house, perhaps I can give you a few pointers, and rather than bring this up to the council, perhaps this would be best to keep within your small friend group. Perhaps it is something that you can handle in and of yourself, or attempt to, at least at first.
But Master, isn't this council business? I mean, the council sent us on the mission. The laws of Iton are very strict about removing and tinkering with artifacts.
They are, and I think right now, Shib, Padawan, we're in a bit of the gray area. I don't believe you or your friends will be leaving Iton anytime soon, so if the artifact is in their possession, as long as they're here and on the shrine, I would have a hard time believing that even the council, if we were to convene it, would be so quick to strip them of these things.
I suppose you are right, Master. There is another thing.
Oh?
The lightsaber. Well, did I tell her that Dr. Starbloom tried to make off with the lightsaber?
I don't think so. That happened right before you guys came up the staircase, so relatively recently.
Okay.
You probably haven't talked to her again yet until now.
Okay. The artifact that Dr. Starbloom was attempting to steal. It was a lightsaber.
Oh, is that so? Was it from the wreckage as well?
It was.
Well, is it still in one piece?
As far as I can tell, yes. The issue is, and I'll kind of like stop sparring as my guilt overtakes me. Master, I still have possession of the lightsaber, and I have not told anybody.
Curious. And I'll say, you guys just so happen to be right down the side, so she will strap her boken back across her shoulder and just sort of saddle up to you shoulder to shoulder as you guys walk the rest of the distance to the front of the Jedi chapter house. Well, may I see it?
Of course, and I'll produce it.
Ooh, this takes it from you. Just sort of looks at it in both of her hands and front. This has seen better days, that is for sure. Time period accurate. It is very old. Post Proto Saber. Certainly a early make of the self-contained power sources. Have you powered it on?
No, I have not.
Well, I highly doubt it will be able to at all, but do you mind if I give it a shot?
Of course, Of course.
And looking at it now, it is very much, it is very simple. It has taken on a very nice rust coating onto it, but it has a little circular disc at the top, and it has a little bit more of a bulbous sort of appendage look toward it. Very simple, very streamlined. Doesn't seem like a custom art piece or anything like that. Definitely seems as like a tool for sure. But Master Zoe holds it out in front of her, thumbs the activation switch, which at first is a little bit crusty, so she has to work at it a little bit. But eventually, there is the snap hiss of a blade of a lightsaber, as a crimson blade does extend from it, but only for about a second and a half or 2 seconds before it sputters and dies completely. Well, I'm surprised it had enough charge left in it to show a beam at all. And, well, I suppose we shouldn't be surprised. Corrupted crystal certainly seems to point towards a Sith origin. Did you... I know we're sort of retreading ground here, but did you sense anything of it whenever you picked it up?
I did. It seems a bit silly now, but I had a vision. It ended up knocking me out. I woke up laying on the ground in the wreckage. But it appears that I was in the place of the Sith, battling a Jedi, I suppose. It seemed that the ship was crash landing towards Eton, and at the end of the vision, the Jedi, for lack of a better way of putting it, cut my head in half, and then I woke up.
Well, who touched the mask first, Shib?
That would be Dr. Starbloom.
Well, I suppose it would be hard to see if he had any similar visions or anything like that.
It did not appear so. He was playing with the thing, putting it on his face, and acting quite obtuse about the whole thing.
Well, what would you like to do with this saber ship?
Well, previously, the only reason I kept it was because I thought it was a Jedi lightsaber. I thought that maybe, I suppose it belonged to the Order, and it would be okay for me to take it. I know it's a bit of a contradiction between my previous worries with the mask, and I don't really know. Perhaps just a post hoc reason for why I kept it.
Yes, well, it won't do us any good in its current state. It will require quite some use and elbow grease to get this thing back up and running, I think, in a constant state. But, as far as I'm concerned, Shib, while it may have been resting here on Etone for a few thousand years, it is certainly not of Etone. So perhaps as we continue upon your trial path, perhaps we can find a way to free this corrupted crystal, or find a crystal of your own, and perhaps find a blade for yourself.
I would like that very much, Master.
Well, if you'd like to bring this up to Master Kazuki, of course, that is your prerogative. But if we were to do that, I think it will be all or nothing. If we're to bring it up about the blade or the saber, we should bring it up about the mask, and if we bring up the mask, I think we should bring it up about the blade as well.
I see.
It's best not to pick and choose in these types of situations, Padawan.
You are, of course, right. Perhaps we can just handle this within our group.
Perfect. Well, let's, since we've arrived back at the chapter house, let's talk more about discovering the ley lines in some of these objects. So Shib, go give me a discipline check. It'll be a hard check. As you get a little lesson from Master Zoe on psychometry.
Hell yeah, this is what I came for. Ooh.
Oh,
One failure, one advantage.
And it does take some time. You do have to work up to it. So you guys do some simpler meditations at first. A little levitation, little block stacking, stuff like that. And as you move into the meat of it, as Master Zoe talks about the ripples in the force that still exist, that the living history of things, and you focus on it, you catch glimpses, but it is not nearly as strong as it was as whenever you touched it originally. And after a few hours of working and trying, you have some sweat upon your brow and you're feeling a bit exhausted, perhaps stacked up not only from your expedition, but from the mental exertion as well. And you have to call it quits for a little bit. You've made good progress today in this. Real, savants are hard to come by whenever it comes to a application of the Force that is not common or known to you. But I think this is something that you can work upon your mastery path, Padawan. But you'll have to find a way that makes sense to you. You know, for me, the ley lines being ripples and strings has always made itself apparent to me, but maybe something else would benefit you more, make more sense to you in your own mind. But continue to work on it, and perhaps, you know, the saber having been at rest in such a strong place, and with a kyber crystal still intact within it, that could explain why you had such a powerful reaction to it first instead of something latent within yourself.
I suppose that makes sense.
Well, the meeting will be later on tonight, but I have something to tell you, Ship.
Immediate fear and dread.
She sits uncomfortably long. Adaj Chrysos would like to meet you.
Can you spell that for me?
Adaj?
Okay.
And Chrysos is Kriss or Crissos.
One more time, that was ASAJJVENTRE.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
And have we covered this person before? Or
We have not.
Ah, very good. Master, who is this Adaz Chrysos?
Well, she is the current princess of Bardata. And, of course, the representative for the Dagoyan Order on Etone, more importantly.
And why me? Or is it our group?
Specifically you.
Have I done something wrong, Master?
It did not seem like it. It was a short conversation between myself and her. But from what I could glean, we have long ties, in speaking of orders. And she's about your age. She's a very young Bardatan, but I did not pry, to be honest with you. Just said I would relay her message.
These guys look like... Oh! That's one of the pod racer guys. What was his name? Yeah. Very well, Master. Where should I meet her and when?
Well, it seems like you have, we actually ran a little bit long. So if you would like to collect yourself and head that way, I'm sure she'll be waiting for you.
Of course. I'll be right on my way.
Do you know much of the Dagoyans?
I do not. I have not had much time to study them yet.
They are very much a pacifist sect. And from what I understand, Princess Chrysos is to be the next generation of Dagoyan master. So she has a much weight upon her shoulders, I would say.
Very good, Master.
Very good. All right. Well, without jumping too much time over here, Chris, because you've been so back, I can tell you this much. Adaj, which I can just cover in a quick sweep for you here. Adaj, whenever you go and meet her, was interested in meeting you strictly in sort of a welcoming committee kind of way. She also mentioned, she would mention to you, that she would have a team debate coming up in the amphitheater on the next day between a member of the Brotherhood of the Ninth Door and one of the Sorcerers of Tund. And she was hoping that perhaps you would do her the honor of joining her on her team for the debate.
Shib would, of course, accept, as, you know, proselytizing is second nature to her.
Very good, very good.
And I'm assuming, so the Dagoyans are kind of not, as far as beliefs go, sort of like a cousin religion to the Jedi Order.
Yes,
imagining.
yes, pretty much. They're very ascetic. However, the main contention point between the Jedi and the Dagoyan is the active versus passive use of the Force. The Dagoyans are very much of the sense that it is not really to be actively sought out and used.
Okay.
And also,
but they believe in, like, the will of the Force and it acting its will upon us and things like that?
yes, and also there's some old wounds in some of the older members strictly about the Jedi trying to take their children.
Ah. Okay. Topics I will not broach.
Well, Shib, go ahead and give me one more discipline check. This one's also going to be hard with one setback.
I'm going to flip one here.
Hey, go ahead.
One success, one threat.
One success,
Let's
one
go.
threat. So I will offer you up this because you succeeded on this one. You know that there is a meeting at the Fulgurate tonight. But you are having a much better time with Princess Chrysos than probably previously presumed. And considering that we also already know the fact that you were not present at the meeting at the Fulgurate, would you like to move forward in a downtime path with the Dagoyan Order, or specifically with the princess, instead of attend the meeting?
I'm going to say yes.
Great. Well, would you like that to be relationship path or other order path?
Definitely relationship.
Okay.
So, question, does that count as me splitting my downtime activities?
It will not for now. I'm
Okay,
spotting you a
sick.
freebie here.
Hell yeah. Because I know I had chosen relationship with Master Thelmy Zoe
Yes,
as well.
of course. Well, perfect. We will jump ahead to a night of rest. So everyone can go ahead and reset their strain threshold, as well as move their wound track down by 1 if you have any wounds on you.
Very good.
After the meeting with Dr. Starblin, before we move forward, is there anything anybody would like to do on that night?
Jeth would be reflecting about his time with Dr. Starbloom. And probably about the mask, too. And he would be a little curious about... So, does Jeth watch the documentary about Starbloom? What was the historical site that Dr. Starbloom was involved in that became scandalous?
So the main scandal for Dr. Starbloom that he really got into the hot water for, specifically on the faking of the skeletalized remains of a beast made of Sith alchemy, a Tarentatech.
Mm-hmm. And would I know about any of the other studies of Starbloom? Were they all related to some Sith origins? That makes two right now.
Give me an education check, and I'm gonna put this one as a hard check.
Notori, I'm gonna flip point for this because I'm
you know, as a matter of fact, because you've proven yourself as a archaeological aficionado, take a boost die as well.
It's my special interest. So 3's hard, right?
Yes, yeah, 3 purples.
Okie doke. Bink.
0 successes, 1 threat. So, Jeff, as you're going back through the mental Rolodex, the Tarentatech, and specifically here, is very interesting. You also remember some other cultural stuff as well. You also remember that his name was also on a temple excavation on Yavin 4 as well. Which you can't quite remember a lot of the finer details of that. You also seem to remember that he was sort of doing a understudy on some ancient star maps as well, that led to perhaps a sector of space that has been lost for quite some time.
Okay. And then...
So nothing inherently crazy.
No, of course. So I didn't get success on this, I know, but would it be like standard for most things to be Force-centric for archaeologists, or
not necessarily? I think you would. I would say that is probably the frequency of it for him is certainly raises a question mark to you.
Keep that mental note.
Of course, and I would say too that any number of logic leaps that you of course want to make, but just from a pure creditary money economic influence point, those of course are, generally speaking, worth the most.
Yeah. Okay. Might bring that up to Shib later.
Very good. Well, the night passes relatively peacefully. Early in the morning of the next day, Samson, you are awoken in your bunk, or in your bedroll within your own chapter house.
Is there someone here?
There is. Azramode
Fuck.
is standing over you.
No, he moves so quietly for someone so large.
Indeed.
I'm gonna, and then pretend to go back to bed.
Arise, Harold.
We get up.
I'm becoming concerned with your connection with this group.
It is what I was sent here to do. How can I have power without having people?
I fear the crop that you have sown is perhaps pointing in the wrong direction for our goals.
They will work as needed. No point in starting again. Make things take longer. It's making putty, not molds.
I was not willing to be so forthcoming with your friend in tow earlier. But
I
now
could
I will
figure that.
tell you some of the information I have gathered. The Jedi are not what they once were. Their numbers are infinitesimal.
So they did fall that far.
They have. Remember, Samson, they will oppose you whenever we go to Empress Teta.
The more confident I feel, the more I welcome it.
Good. I will not have you stray from our path, Harold.
I have been walking the same straight line since I showed up. This place screams at me, and I have no choice but to listen.
There is power to be gained here. You must only
I get to
reach
keep
out
the
and
bird.
take it.
Could ignore what he said. Just stare at him with like wide eyes. The bird. I get to keep it. He doesn't talk like the other ones. It'll be fine.
As you wish.
Thank you. I will be a bit more hesitant to take. Some of these things seem dangerous. It doesn't seem like it's the mass that holds the power, but maybe the altar that was there in the ship. Maybe someone you knew.
I find that unlikely. Seek out the Shapers of Krovar upon the morrow.
Then concerns with.
They may be able to enlighten you more. They share a common upbringing to yours.
Then it will be done.
Return to your rest. He will turn and walk out of the chapter house. The Taral Derfon. And on the morrow, as I swap over to Rambler's Reach here, it is a bright, beautiful day atop the Shrine of the Ancients. And in case we forgot, Kazuki mentioned that the next batch of pilgrims are due in a few days' time. Perhaps might have a person of interest as far as the galactic sovereignty is concerned. We have a bit of downtime to kill. So, on that note, let's go ahead and knock some of that out real quick. There we go. Okay. So, remember, you can pick multiple paths. You don't have to stick onto the same path that you chose the first time. Just know that the difficulties for whatever path you pick, if you choose to do multiple, does start them one purple dice higher than before. And if you need a refresher on those, you of course have your order, other orders, lore, mystery, popularity, relationships, and relaxation. And I believe Samson and Shib, you both still have one stress token on you. Nolan, Jeff, you do not, but everybody does have a success on their original path. Samson, yours was on other orders. Shib, you had yours with Master Zoe. Noel, you had lore specifically towards the Central Isopter and their other sentient thoughts on death. And Jeff, you had your relationship with Flola.
Lola.
So, does anybody
When
have...
are we gonna get the real bathhouse scene between Jeff and Flola?
It's the slow build.
Slow burn.
Yeah.
The story of the snake and the snake.
Indeed.
The Herculean knot, if you will.
Whoa.
I have an idea.
Well, please, go ahead.
Maybe Jeth's making something more out of it than it really is. But this thought about Starbloom has got him thinking. So he wants to go consult Samson. Where would I find you, Samson?
Probably in the archives.
Okay.
Now that we're introduced there.
Okay. Samson, hey, you have a second?
Yes.
So I got to thinking, and I don't know a whole lot about this stuff as it is, but it just seems like too much of a coincidence. So Starbloom, whenever he got busted for his whole thing originally, he was looking at this like Sith alchemical creation, whatever that is. Apparently they cook these things up Torrentitex in a lab or whatever powers they may have used. Anyway, it's super arcane, dark stuff. And you know, that's kind of what archaeologists do, right? They go find archaic, old, esoteric things. But then he comes here and he just so happens to discover some 30,000-year-old ship that had 2 Sith relics on it and steal a lightsaber? So then I got to thinking about maybe what else has he done? And I just seem to remember him. I mean, he's done a lot of stuff, but I don't know. The Sith and the Force, they kind of end up popping up throughout his entire history. And it's really got me wondering, what is he doing or trying to get this lightsaber and this mask here?
Maybe it is the easiest thing to sell. Is kind of like, people are scared of the big bad guy from back in the day, and he can show you something scary about the past that people sometimes don't believe. I mean, he may just have a knack for it. He may be sensitive, and it calls to him, and he just doesn't feel it. I mean, somehow he made it here.
Yeah, somehow he made it here. But I mean, the whole thing, though, he just seems kind of incompetent. Like somebody who would be purveying this level of relic, you would figure would be a bit more savvy.
If he wanted to steal it correctly, he would have done it by himself and not brought the convocation members with him. He just figured he was a little more slick. Truly,
So
I think he didn't know that there were things in there. I think he was faking it until he was making it. Whatever would have came out of there probably would have been called a Sith artifact. And then he so happened to run into one. Because did you see how he put the mask on?
Samson,
He didn't know the ghost was going to choke him.
I'm inclined to believe you. And maybe this is just a harebrained conspiracy. But what if he was hiding in that incompetence? What if that's his play? He just hides in plain sight. He's just a bumbling idiot archaeologist. But he's secretly just going across the galaxy collecting these ancient relics.
Well, if he is
insane power,
able to achieve these things of insane power, it's kind of weird how he caught them so easily. That's my only argument. I mean, if he were a mastermind of escape and intrigue, then how did he end up here? I believe in our powers as investigators and security here, but we didn't really have to do much.
Yeah, but maybe he thought he knew us better. Didn't think we'd sell him out. He was almost off-world. If we wouldn't have said something to the guards, he would have been gone.
He did get close. And, I mean, it almost seems to me that he would have thought about the decahedron that he passed by to get here.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what we do about it if he is some kind of...
I think he got a little too excited with finding something real and decided to take the opportunity. If he were a smarter man, he would have waited. We would have gave him access. He would have been allowed to go back in. He could have controlled the site. He would have been one of he found it. He would have had to just have a meeting. And then we would have went through a process. And if he wanted to steal it, he could have stolen it after we had given him access to study it.
That's a good point, Samson. That's a good point. Okay, maybe it is nothing. I only brought it up because I got to thinking about it. And I was thinking maybe if this is worth stealing, maybe I should bring it up to the Jedi Master on World, who might know more about this. But I didn't want to tell anybody about the mask until you were on board. Because I know we made that promise earlier.
I think, looking at it as it is, unless you can come up with some reason to want to use it, any person you show it to can only give you more information. I mean, we showed it to the decahedron, or the Acta Egg Orange Tangent Blue Siamese twins earlier, and it went okay. He didn't take it. It seems like this is kind of, we were a bit misunderstanding on touching and not touching versus off-planet and on-planet. It seems a lot more.
Okay, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. No, I don't think they'd take it away. I just didn't know if you had some use for it.
Oh, no. I think if we try to combine it, it might not really do anything. Do you remember the altar?
Yeah. Okay.
So I think once it was away from the altar, it's fine. Now there might be something. It might still be a channel. You know, we may be able to bring it to somebody who can see through it. I've
Yeah, I
seen
think
that
that might be
happen
what I
with
want
some
to
of
do.
the.
I think I wouldn't mind bringing it to the Jedi Master here, because I mean, I know Shib has the lightsaber. Maybe that could give him more insight into who owned it.
I think so. It just depends on if the master deems it worthy enough to mess with. I mean, it kind of seems like Shib is barely deemed worthy enough to mess with. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, look, yeah, I think that'll do that. I think I'll go talk to Shib real quick and see maybe if she has any use for it. I don't know. You know how things get tied together. Uh, Maybe this helps with the lightsaber somehow.
The more
I just didn't
information,
want
the
to. I
better.
just didn't want to show anybody else without going to you first.
Oh, that's fine. I'll just blame it all on you anyway.
Oh, perfect. Okay. I would go seek out Shib.
Where do you think you are in the morning, Shib?
Probably wolfing down my 7th breakfast course.
Oh boy.
Grands eat
I
a
just
lot,
kind of.
and it
Yeah, I
takes a
just
long
slide.
time.
I'd slide down the bench next to you, Shib, and say, "Hey, Shib, how's it going?"
Oh, wait.
Sorry, you got a
Hello.
mouthful.
Hello, Jeff. Good morning.
Good morning. I was thinking last night about the mask we found, about Starbloom. I had this big conspiracy about Starbloom. Samson kind of talked me down off the ledge. I think I might have been overreacting. But anyway, the mask. Have you seen anything? Have you showed the lightsaber to your master yet?
Yes, I have.
What did they have to say about it?
Well, we meditated on it, and it does appear to be a Sith lightsaber, corrupted kyber crystal and all.
Okay.
But beyond that, we've not made much progress.
Okay. Well, we took this to Azure mode with Samson, the mask. And he said that it used to be used for like as a focus for like Sith spells, or I guess just spells in general. I don't know much about spells, but kind of would lead me to believe that maybe this was owned by the person who owned the lightsaber. Maybe this could be useful in you learning more about it.
I think that's a reasonable deduction to make.
Yeah. So I just wanted you to know that I'm open to showing it to your master if you think that's relevant.
Certainly couldn't hurt. Master Zoe is quite conspicuous about these things. So
Okay. Well, cool. Yeah. If you want to just take me to her sometime, I'll be happy to do that.
of course.
I would say, Shib, you probably Master Zoe is probably still at the chapter house this morning.
Okay. Plenty of time before my debate.
Yes, certainly, yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'll begrudgingly stop eating and take Jeff to the Jedi chapter house.
And Master Zoe will be
like in there?
sorting some stuff. It's pretty Spartan. They have a roll of scrolls and other books, as well as some data pads and things like that. Bedrolls have been set out, more permanent. Thelny's little astromech is seemingly in low power mode, connected to a little portable charging port that Thelny has with her. And she seems to be rifling through some old texts at the moment whenever you guys walk in.
Wait.
Oh, Padawan, good morning. Welcome back. Jeff. Hello.
Fist in hand, 1/3 bow. Hello.
What do I owe the pleasure of your visit?
I'm not sure if Shib informed you, but we've stumbled upon some relics from what we believe to be was an old Sith crash site. I've concealed the presence of a mask that we found. We've looked into it, and I don't know that it's active or volatile, but I did think it might be helpful in identifying more information about the lightsaber. So I thought that it would be good to show it to you, and maybe you could get some value out of it. I think it was a focus for An ancient Sith.
Shib, Felny gives you like the high eyebrows, like good job as far as what you guys just had talked about yesterday. Oh well, of course I can take a look at it. And I don't think Shib would mind. She did mention it to me that you had found it. But yes, I can of course focus on it and perhaps see if I can glean anything. It being used as a focus is interesting. I'm not really familiar with anything else that perhaps had been used in that way, but I can certainly give it a shot if you would like.
Yeah, and be my guest. I don't really have much use for it, and Samson says he's not interested. So, as far as I'm concerned, you can keep my half for as long as you need it.
All right, and Samson has the other half. Yeah.
I'm not sure where it went. I know Samson had it for a while. He may have given it to Azure mode.
Give me Jeff. Give me a perception check real quick.
Yeah.
And this will just it'll be a hard check. Just give me 3 purples.
Okay.
Yeah, ancient Sith artifact. It's somewhere.
It's around.
Dude, I stay.
Dude.
0 success, 1 threat. I think I'm bugged, dog. What? This is like 3 in a row. Okay. Oh, is that not me? Oh yeah, it's me.
So 2 failures, 2 threats there on the 1 blank green die from you.
Oh wait, it didn't upload.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
But Shib, I'll say you have a little bit better understanding of your master already. You can certainly see a flash of concern across her face before she stamps it back down. But Jeff, you miss it entirely as you mentioned
feeling
that.
is mutual.
Oh well, he is an interesting character, don't you think?
Azure mode?
Yes.
Yeah, he's pretty unsettling. I mean, I don't know what that guy's up to.
Nor do I.
I don't really like the way he follows Samson around either. He seems like to have some disdain for him.
You have a much closer look than I do, but I believe that you are probably wise and accurate in your assessment. But give me just a moment and I'll see what I can glean here from the mask.
Yeah, sure. I'm happy to end my portion there.
Well, as soon as I make this sweet roll.
Ooh. Oh my god.
Okay.
Jeez.
Good lord.
Well, Thelny sort of sits cross-legged on the floor, gets out of her little chair that she was on as she takes the mask. You see her focus herself, seem to exhale all of the breath out of her and not take any back in for quite some time. And she kind of levitates off the floor just a few inches, and the mask seems to float in between her hands that are with her elbows rested on her knees. And you guys see that her head gets thrown back just a little bit, like her neck spasms. So her chin is high, her long Syrian head sort of tilted back towards the roof, but her neck vein sort of bulging out a little bit. And well, hey, that's a great roll. So I would say probably 5 to 10 minutes really of observing this before Thelny sinks back sort of in a crash back to the floor. And the mask falls back into her hands. Oh, well, Jeff, I believe you are correct. I would assume from the ley lines I can find still faint in the force here. I believe the tone has probably strengthened it in some capacity. The saber and the mask were certainly of the same owner. And they appeared to be perhaps either if not the captain, then the leader of whatever ship had crashed here, whatever contingent was aboard the starship. Um, and it was a focus. It certainly was not crafted in a normal mean. This mask was imbued with the Force at some point in time, and forced into it, bent and forcefully crafted into the very welds and shape of the metal itself. It does not seem active now, as far as I can tell. I believe the severing of it into halves probably has something to do with it. But I have seen some alchemy not unlike this before. It's more of a lost art. It has not been practiced in quite some time. And even some of the former night witches and things like that, the magics they craft and practice are dissimilar to that which has been espoused as Sith alchemy in previous eons.
Do you think that there would be use in restoring it? Or just keep it as a relic?
Well, I certainly think it could be used if it were made whole again, yes. The power in which it might offer would perhaps be a bit distasteful.
I see. So you don't think it could be redeemed, I guess?
I would not go so far as to that. Of course, Shib has learned this as well, and it's a personal belief of mine. A lightsaber, a robe, armor, an artifact, these are, of course, but tools. The tool in and of itself may, of course, have a taint of its owner upon it, but at the end of the day, it is just a tool. The mask itself will not leap off a shelf and commit crimes against the Force or humanities.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, well, I guess in that case, you keep it for now. I don't have any better use for it. But I do appreciate it.
Of course. Well, I will keep a close eye on it.
Thanks.
Of course. Now, Noah, I will, of course, ask you. You won't need a roll for this one, because you besought some help. Actually, I'll let you roll. It'll be against no difficulty, though. If you want to add the mystery of Dr. Starbloom to your downtime path.
I must.
And I would say...
must do it.
I would say go ahead and give me just a... give me an education check. Go ahead and add a boost to it. It'll be no difficulty, though, so no purples. Yeah, and you already have a success, but there's a little bit... Maybe there's some extra I might be able to give you here.
Okay. There's something with my characters and always pursuing their weak suit. Oh, boy.
And there's your good roll that you needed, finally.
Oh, boy.
Oh, and you had extra success. But still, 3 successes, 2 advantages. Let me go ahead and put you down. Mystery. Star.
There's something to this guy.
So more, not necessarily alarms, but connections spawn in your head as you're talking to Master Zoe here. Whenever she mentions that the mask was made specifically with Sith alchemy, that makes it seem more and more less like a coincidence that Dr. Starbloom was looking for it, considering that his main first thing was also Sith alchemy related, his big scandal.
God, I'm gonna be fucking yapping Samson's ear off in the lunchroom. And you know what doesn't make sense to me is he comes to this place and it's all completely new, but he doesn't care about where we're at right now. He decides to just go 40 miles into the jungle, middle of nowhere, and happens to find a ship. I don't know. It's not adding up to me.
It is hard to find. Why?
I'll let it go.
He's hitting
I'll
the
let it go.
alien.
Very good. And that is, of course, a success. Overwhelmingly so. All right. Who's next?
Hey, Azermode. Fuck you. I want to work on my popularity.
Okay, it's great. How would you like to achieve that, Samson?
So generally, I kind of look at like the other orders thing too as a bit, but this generally encompasses anybody that would get the attention or like when just to draw off and go speak, but speaking from the position of like, hey, I am a new chair of the order. The guy before me had no fucking tongue, so how about we have a conversation? And generally trying to do that around around the shrine. Anybody and everyone, introductions, welcome to the block. How can I help you as a member here to serve?
Dom setting up his change my mind booth.
Oh God.
This place needs a desert.
Let's see here. What do I even want to ask you for here? I'm gonna need a personage skill here for sure. So I'm kind of resting on charm here, I think.
How about coercion?
Well, that's certainly a way to look at it. I would. So I would say this.
You're gonna fucking like me.
If you want to use coercion, I would say that it would be less of passive conversation having and perhaps more deciding to make yourself readily available at the amphitheater for a few days in a row.
There we go. That's the change your mind booth. There we go.
Exactly. Yeah. Unfortunately, yes. Well, beautiful. Now I will ask you, because we are on this one. Are you wanting to pursue? Gotta pull my notes up again. Are you wanting to pursue your other orders path as well?
It just makes it more difficult, right?
Well, you already are started, so the next one for that is 2 purples, and depending on what order you want to do them in. So if you do, if you continue your other orders path and you do that one first today, it'll be 2 purples. And then if you do your popularity, normally it would be 1, but because you already are focusing on another track 2, it would be 2.
Okay, that's not bad. 2 and 2. Sure, I would like to do my other orders.
Okay.
I'm gonna forget the something of the crows. The Azimode mentioned them to me.
The Shapers, Crovar.
The Shapers, yes, Crowbar. I would like to try to pursue that with my other orders downtime.
Absolutely. Well,
if they are another order.
Gotcha. And how would you like to go about forging that connection or finding out more about them?
Possibly at the amphitheater doing the same thing, and if I do happen to run into one, I would try to be like, hey, I heard you guys have something to tell me. And if that person doesn't have anything to tell me, I would then try to find where they stay. Like, hey, I got invited.
Very good. Yes. So, I will say this. Your first one can certainly be discipline for this one here.
Okay. So which one would you like first?
We'll go, well, it depends on what you want to do. If you do other orders second, it'll be 3 purples instead of 2.
No, we'll do other orders now, because it'll be 2. And that's discipline?
Yeah.
Yes. I don't believe... No. Okay. Boom!
Damn.
Very good. Very good.
Bring me your fucking teeth.
All right, so 5 successes. So, Samson, you get rather lucky on your first day. You say, yeah, well, I need some people to start understanding who the Thrall Darafon are, and more importantly, who I am. So I need to go to the marketplace of ideas, head to the amphitheater, head to the debate stage. And the first day you show up and you start setting up, you see something very curious happen. As you're over there beginning to set up, you see somebody dressed very similarly to Jeff. They have the same sash across their shoulders, same color, marking him as a first level, effectively, of the Matukai. Approach the amphitheater and set up sort of in a stock right up position, feet shoulder width, hands locked behind his back. And immediately after that, you see another individual who, to your perception, looks more similar to you. They have very similar, but here long sleeve, sort of gi-esque style robes. You also notice that they have a multitude of like bead necklaces and a nice large like headdress with a golden band that goes across their forehead, and these cuffs on their wrists and ankles that have these sort of glowing sigils inscribed onto them. You might call out to them originally, or whenever they walk up, sort of try to greet them. They ignore you. They immediately converse, lock eyes with each other. The one Matukai seems to be probably late teens, and the other individual that walks up, is a Ovisian. They sort of have this yellowish skin on these sort of 2 horns off their jaws as well as off the top of their heads. And you can tell that it is a female. And she actually has what is closer to a gambeson on, like the starched leather armor on as well. So as she approaches, she doesn't even seem to cut eyes at you, but approaches this Matukai individual. Says, "You are Erican Vanch?" Says, "I am." "And you are Pebi Vlash?" She says, "I am." They say, it's very short and to the point. Pebi Vlash looks across and says, "The powers of the Shapers are far superior to those of the Matukai." And Erican says, "No, they aren't. The strength of soul inside of the Matukai is stronger than the power well that the Shapers rely upon." And Pebi Vlash says, "No, it isn't." They both say, "Very well. We shall handle this debate in another way." And they bow to each other and immediately both walk in the same lockstep to the dueling arena on the other side of the commons in the sand.
I want to see you win.
And immediately, they waste no time. They pick up no weapons. And Samson, I will need a sweet perception check from you real quick.
Okay, 3 green.
And I'll say, yeah, I'll give it an average check here, 2 purples.
Okay. Oh.
1 failure, 2 advantages. I will say this. The one thing that you can pick out is that Pebi Vlash's fists engulf in flames. And she legitimately shoots a gout of fire out from her fist that Erican barely ducks under before they engage in a battle that is almost too fast for your eyes to track in a unfocused state. The thuds from each of their fists and feet hitting each other in the sand is a concussive blast to your eardrums as you approach. And they are absolutely beating each other to a pulp.
What the fuck?
This goes on probably for a solid 5 minutes, no breaks. And watching, the Crovar, the Shapers, seem to be in a very elemental connection to the Force. You see Pebby not only use these flames that have been summoned around her fists, but also at one point locking the locking the Matukai's ankles by seeming to forge the sand around his feet into shackles, locking him into place for a moment. But it is a very good fight. But Pebby Vlash does, of course, come out on top in that scenario. Erican dusts himself off from the sand as his gi is now sort of smoldering from a few spots where the flames got too close. His nose is bleeding and perhaps a little bit crooked. And Pebby Vlash, of course, has quite a few bruises and contusions as well. They don't even bow to each other. They just turn on heel and walk out of the sand pit. And it seems Erican is probably heading back towards the Matukai den, and Pebby Vlash is heading somewhere else.
What the fuck?
Can I get Bede to try and stop Vlash for me while I catch up?
Oh, well, fortunately, you walked over there, so it's easy enough to put yourself in her way if you would like to.
That's dangerous.
I have never witnessed the power of the fuck. You just said it.
Shapers.
Shapers. I have seen the Matukai before, and I was pretty impressed, but that was powerful.
You are wise. What order do you claim?
The Terrell Darafon.
I know nothing of you.
I am lucky enough to sit on the chair here.
I see. I am the chair for the Shapers here. I'm one of the battle shaman of the Crovar.
Ooh.
Tell me, do you, Terral Darafon, rely upon things like mind tricks and other deceptivery?
I do not. I am only seen, and then not seen. It is simple.
Explain.
I'm gonna suppress her.
Oh.
Well, give me a discipline check here, for sure.
If this, I feel like this works like a heavy blanket, right? This is where.
Yes.
You can feel it's happening. Okay. So discipline.
Yes, and it'll be against her, so it'll be 3 reds and a purple.
Fuck.
All right. I got something. I have nothing. Nothing. All right, we'll do that because it's shit. I gotta make the pool a little more even. This would be cool, right, gang?
And
2 successes,
let's
2 threats. So Samson, you actually summon yourself. Now, do you do any incantations or anything like that?
I think very quietly, and then I will so I'm selling it, right? I'll move my fingers, shape of an L, just 2 together, very subtle. No wrists, no forearm, just As it
Ah,
happens. I'm selling it.
you've cast a spell on me.
I have only hidden you. Where I am from, you cannot fight the things that come for you in the night.
Yes, I can.
I wish I had some
Remove
kind
this
of...
invisible blanket from me before you are persecuted by my strength.
I will release my suppress.
It would be wise for you to not use such spellcraft on me or my kind again.
I only had to show you what I can do. I've seen what you can do. Besides, I was told to come here by myself to seek you out. I couldn't be so unsafe.
Ah. I had not realized that the one he calls himself Azramode was in relation to you. Does he also practice these spellcraft?
No, Asamoah does not practice spells. Practice.
Good. I trust him more than you already. Tell me, Taral Darafon, this is a tool for survival, yes? This power you possess, these beasts you hide from?
Yes.
Cowardly, but I understand. This is very similar to how the Shapers came about on Crovar. Our powers are simply tools for survival.
We did not have to fight so much on Drakoween as we did to run. I'm sure there are things made now in these factories, munitions, to take care of Dracons easily, but it is not our way. They do not need to die.
Interesting. So rather than prove yourself the stronger, you would hide from these Drakons.
And there so prove myself the wiser. As to maintain the balance of the desert, the Dragons must stay alive.
You're a curious individual, Taral Darafon.
I can say so much about the Shapers myself. I've never seen someone throw a fire punch or an ice kick. It is a curious use of the Force.
It is the only true manifestation of its connection. Well,
So what am I here for?
how am I to know?
It seems you've spoken to Asimov more than I have.
He has sought out many of the other chairs of the orders here.
And you, it seems, he likes the most. A rare thing to like at all.
He is a man that beseeches and searches for power. That's distasteful to me. But as the Shapers are the most powerful order here, I can understand why he would seek us out, and perhaps point you in our direction as well.
And what makes the Shapers so powerful? Do you own an artifact, or command worlds, a ship, a fleet, an army.
None of these things. The Shapers, the battle shaman like myself, and our understudies simply understand the Force for what it is. The most powerful tool in the galaxy. And our understanding of this unlocks its true potential through our bodies.
Then someone like myself, wanting to unlock the true potential of their body and mind through the Force, how does that come to be?
Cast apart your invisible machinations of the control of this Force that you have, and instead seek the representation in the physical world of it.
So, I must fight.
Yes.
I
Life
can appreciate
is a battle.
I can appreciate your vision, but I can't just punch away my problems.
Kind of clicks her tongue at you. A child's understanding.
I will dwell on this and speak to Asimode. He knows my people, how we are, how we think. I will be back. We will discuss again. Thank you. And I will do a deep bow.
She'll just walk away.
And I smile regally.
All right, but for your popularity one here, really, I would say, give me a cool check, man.
Cool.
I'll be
Two
average
purples.
again, 2 purple.
Damn.
1 failure, 2 advantages. Would you like to take another stress token and upgrade this check and try again?
Sure, why not?
I love it.
Yeah.
Thanks for engaging.
So upgrade. We're popular. 50 followers. Etone talk. I am boogie woogieing.
You don't talk.
I don't even know where the Greek came from. I was here first.
Perfect. All right, who's next?
Ship can go.
What you got, Shib?
I'm thinking, okay. I did relationships with Thelny Zoe,
Correct.
and it does not count, so if I choose relationships again with Princess Adaj, that's a separate
Correct.
thing,
It is a
correct?
separate one. Correct.
Okay. I think I will roll another one for Thelny, and then I would like to roll a second one for
Absolutely.
Adaj.
Absolutely. Right. And what aspect with Thelny, what would you like to do with Thelny, I suppose, is the real question.
I think I'm gonna double down on my studies. So really try and impress her with my dedication to learning. Specifically, I don't know. I think my studies just in general with her.
Okay, perfect. Well, go ahead and give me an education or lore check. And this will be 2 purples.
And remind me again what the stress tokens do.
So the stress tokens, if you fail, you can take one and try again. But that is representative of how much time these paths are taking up of your average every other day life and how much focus you're having to use on it. If you collect a bunch, things happen.
Very good. Two success.
2
Let's go,
successes,
dude.
1 advantage. Whenever you return from the archives one night, Master Zoe would be waiting for you there, and she would ask you, so, Padawan, you've been at this for some time now, but give me your best abstract on why the Jedi Order of the Old Republic fell before the rise of the Galactic Empire. What was the heart of their fall from grace?
Master, I believe the problem arises in the Jedi Code itself, as it was in the Republic era. Specifically the line, "There is no chaos, there is harmony." I believe that the Jedi Order latched too much on the harmony aspect of that line in the mantra, and did not focus on the chaos. While there is no chaos, there is harmony, is undoubtedly true, they failed to see the chaos of the dark side rising through Emperor Palpatine and the Sith. They were blinded by their hubris and their certainty of the harmony of the Force. They failed to see what was right in front of them, and ultimately it was their downfall.
Very good, Padawan. Your studies treat you well. Terrific. And in that, we can find a very important lesson. Never let up. There's nothing more dangerous than a sure thing. Always be curious, Shib.
It is in my nature, Master.
And then you wanted to do a relationship as well with the princess?
I did.
Very good. Well, what would you like to beseech Princess Chrysos for? Or how would you like to build your relationship?
Definitely laying the charm on pretty thick here.
Terrific.
I think, our night of late study preparing for this debate. Probably slip in a couple compliments about, oh, how you're so smart. That's such an interesting way of looking at this. I never would have thought of it. Very intriguing. That kind of stuff.
Of course. Well, it'll also be 2 purples.
Can't look.
Ooh, 1 failure, 2 advantages. Would you like to take a stress token? Well, hey, make 1 more yellow and roll again now.
Ooh, nice.
Very good. The princess is quite receptive to you, and just in your casual conversation, you learn a little bit more about her. she is very, very, very spiritually devout. Like, she believes heavily in the Degoyan way of belief, right? And speaking of, she really doesn't think that people should wield the Force in a way that affects the physical world in any capacity. So not only, to harm people, but even in certain scenarios, healing and other things like that. To attempt to harness it is a affront to what it is in and of itself, which is capable and having a plan. And just really being a more passive follower of the guidance of the Force. Letting it lead you to the right places, letting it lead you to the knowledge you seek, and things like that, instead of carving a path with it yourself. She is also very studious, not really... she's personable, but not in a cheerleader popular way. Very much in a, hey, I've probably read a few books on how personal relationships are supposed to go.
I see.
Hey, I'm autistic and my special interest is talking to people in a way that doesn't make them think that I'm autistic.
We have that in common.
Very good, but that is 2 successes for you as well, which leaves us with NUL-L. So, Garrett, what are we thinking?
I think I've got 3.
Oh,
3
yeah.
threats that
Ooh. Yes. Yes. Well, well, unless you want me to offer up any ideas, we can go by one, or you can lay them all on me.
I think I got it gets 1 difficulty plus each time.
Correct, yes.
All right, so yeah, I got the order. So, first one, I want to do other orders, specifically the Baron Doe.
Okay.
Put in some time with Master Cly, was
With
it?
Cly Shuo, yep.
Cly Shuo. Do you want me to 8, and then or just do 1 by 1?
Oh, we can go 1 by 1, man. How, what sort of, are you looking to gain more knowledge about them or their beliefs, or what in particular?
So, about their like gift of premonition, and see if there are any kind of similarities. Specifically, I want to ask Master Shuo if he would consider it as like a sign of doom. If it's always a negative that they get a premonition of.
Oh, very interesting. Yes, very interesting. I would say go ahead. I would say probably lore here, unless you have an idea for a different skill.
Sweet. So just 2 to start.
Correct. Yep. This will be 2 for your other orders check. Yep. 4 successes, 1 threat. So, I will say this, Noel, you notice that whenever he's talking about the Baron Doe, he has no issue staying awake. But if the conversation ever strays away from the Baron Doe, his narcolepsy apparently starts to flare up. But as long as he's talking about himself, he's pretty, or what his people, he's on top. He's got plenty to tell you about.
Anytime I make the connection to Central Isopter, he's just out like a light.
But if you keep the connection there, he's on. He's thinking he's intact, yes. But with 4 successes, he relays to you that the 99.9 percentile, especially in the ancient days, like pre-space travel days. The premonitions were danger avoidance. So they were never, hey, you need to go here for a better crop, or you need to go here for better things. It was always, hey, here's the storm that's coming. Hey, here's the danger that's coming. So it was always, historically, and even now, more attached to danger than it was to, hope or anything else.
All right. So then the next one I want to do was I think I want to just continue the lore track for Isopter's beliefs to see if there's anything, like maybe specifically on, because I've really only talked to Lorne, like about like other members and what do people know about the lens. Like more, I guess
Sure.
less like archive diving and more like get info from people. Like, have you ever seen the lens or something like that?
Gotcha. Right. Well, I will say you'll probably have to go through Lorne here, but that certainly seems like a lore check to me, as well as perhaps maybe diving into the archives and some other things like that. So this one, and you were already on the lore path last time, right?
Yep.
So this one will be 3, because it'll be normally 2, but it's your second one of the downtime.
Do success, one threat.
Success is 1 threat. Very good, very good. Lorne is actually pretty curious with your sudden interest in the actual lens, but he is able to tell you that the lens's name, the current lens of the Isopter, is Lorsi Keeg, Lorsi Keeg. And they have been the lens for the last 4 decades, give or take. And the title was transferred onto them, as the previous lens was on Hosnian Prime whenever it was destroyed.
Okay.
But and Lorne says, "Oh yes, no, the lens, the current lens, Lens Keeg, has sight like none other. They have probably seen more death than every other member of the Isopter combined currently."
Wow, and that is quite a figure. Do they ever journey around the shrine? I have not seen many other members.
They have not. They have not made their way to Etone yet. Or if I'm unsure of if they plan to do so. I received this assignment from the Lens themselves, which is of course why I'm here now. I'm in my powers of sight are not as strong as some of the other devotees, and speaking of that, the Lens, they are in touch in a way that is rarefied. They are truly the heart of the Isopter. They are the guiding hand of the immutable void.
Interesting. Do you have do you communicate with them often?
Not often. Usually I send a monthly report of the Isopter discoveries and how our stay on Etone is doing, and whether I think the probability of a planetary destruction has increased or decreased in the last month. A planetary destruction scale I have estimated roughly at 47.2% as it rests currently.
Climbing, I hope.
It has remained stable, but I've looked at other options or other probabilities. The Grease seem to have, or the Etone Equilaterate here, they seem to have a distinct leveling effect on Etone, the planet itself. Now, if I were to put a number on the populations that rest here, I would say we are probably rapidly climbing above 90 percentile. Which I assume
We have been here.
is why you returned to us, no?
Yes, believe you're correct. It does seem that the Gree have, I mean, they've been here, what they said, 20,000 years?
Something of the sort. I'm not sure if I believe them, but yes.
Yes, it's quite a long streak, if true.
Have you learned anything about them?
A tad. I recently gained entrance into their, I guess you'd call it egg, their kind of central
Yes.
house. It appears that they reproduce asexually within vats of some sort.
Interesting. I wish there was not such a language barrier.
Yes,
If they were using cloning as a way of extending their lifelines, well, we would have to destroy them.
yeah, we can't have that.
No, of course not.
But so far, it just seems that they're reproducing just enough to continue, which I
See they always have 24. I've noticed that. I have 23 of the white acute, 1 of the gold isodecahedron.
I had not noticed that.
Oh, yes.
Interesting. But as well, there is quite a lot of ancient technology that they seem to have forgotten how to use within that egg. But
I'm sure that is quite interesting to one of your stature.
it is. There's in fact, I don't know if decrepit is the right word, but a fairly old, non-functioning droid in the egg, in their repair bay. Oh, I actually have a picture. Do you recognize this? And I'll hold up my datapad with the picture.
Oh, he'll look at it. Oh, that is it's not unlike any droid I have ever seen before.
They called it hostile broken, which perhaps the somewhat off, but it doesn't appear to be a war droid, but still they call it hostile.
That's very curious. And I assume it's well preserved if they truly have been here for 20 or 30,000 years and their egg is still in working condition. They must have some way of maintaining them. And even their refuse, they probably do their best to maintain. Well, it may be related, it might not, no telling. But, and this is old legends, of course, but there once was an incredible an incredible weapon of the immutable void, sending species upon species, galaxy-wide. The Infinite Empire. Have you ever heard of them, though?
I have.
Yes, yes. Bloodthirsty slavers. Truly, incredible people bringing death everywhere they went. Enslaving species, even giving spacefaring abilities to many of the founder races. So perhaps it is a Rakatan technology.
Didn't wish to examine it too closely on my first admittance to the egg, but it may prove useful to us.
And I find it strange they allowed you in. They're usually pretty cagey about allowing people to access there.
Yes, I mean, I did speak some Greek to them. Perhaps that gained me some trust.
Maybe they are taking a liking to you.
One can hope.
Yes, well. Enlightening as ever, no.
I still have to perform my what do you call it? Full diagnostic. So I will leave you to your
Of course. Please let me know if you need any help with it.
That'll do.
I can hold the spanner. I don't know what to do with it, but you know.
I think I've got it. Have you ever been to Raxus Prime?
I have not.
Oh, you should go there. It's quite lovely.
Perhaps I'll take you if I ever have some PTO. Perhaps I'll take it and take a trip.
And then the last thing I got, well, I think it would fall under mystery. I'd like
Ooh.
to perform a full diagnostic.
Oh,
on
yes. Yes. Okay. Success.
You said on the Gree, right?
No, diagnostic on me.
Oh,
Well,
See vision of Dr. Esh.
this is certainly. This will certainly be. I'd say mechanics or computers. I think I'm happy with either one. I kind of lean toward computers since it's memory bank stuff. But either one I think is fine.
I'll do computers.
Okay, perfect. And this one would normally be 1. That's our third one for the day, so it will be a hard check. I'm actually going to flip one of these bad boys right here. I'm going to give you a red, 2 purples. And I would love for you to put your force rating on this roll. No.
It's pretty even close. Yeah, I like it. No upgrade. Don't need it. It's loading for me.
oh yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
ring,
wow.
ring. Ring, ring, hello.
Oh, no. Good news, man.
Hello.
You can get a success here.
Mhm.
If you want to spin that dark side pip, naturally.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not sure what that would like feel like for Null.
Well, good news, I can tell you. So, no, you start your normal self-diagnostics, your normal deep scans. And once again, you've done a rudimentary check already, but you're starting to dive into your deeper partitions and protocols and things like that. the deeper you dive, you eventually strike a nerve on your core memory logs. And whenever you go to access it, you feel a thrum through your whole body, like you just had a heartbeat that you felt from fingertip to toes. And you can feel yourself lose control over your motor functions. And you are locked stock still in your low power state. And you experience something, Noel, that is uncommon to you. You're dreaming. And you're back on Raxus Prime. But here, something has changed. There's flesh covering your body. And where once there were mounds and mounds of desiccated droids and machines and ships, there are bodies and bodies and bodies stacked all around you. And in the sky above, there is a perfect representation of the central isopter, the final horizon line of being that seems to be pulling everything towards it. And you see the mechanical Atmos suit gloved hand of Dr. Vokodo Vesh fight its way out of this central byline in the sky and point at you. And you see the dialogue lines of the boot up processes scroll across your vision line as you are returned to the current time.
Well, that was certainly irregular.
But you go through your self-diagnostic. Everything is as it should be. But there is one pathway that leads to something you have no knowledge of. And it is gated behind a passcode that you do not have access to.
I may need to talk to Shib.
Great idea.
Trending theme.
Well, Shib, where can you be found, man?
You know, keep a good thing going, I guess. I'll be in the archives studying some ancient Force mystery, delving into tomes long forgotten.
I feel like you hear the scraping of Null's like astromech leg before we see.
Oh, certainly.
If you've a moment, something strange just happened.
Please.
Sit like across from like the library desk, just like kind of shake you a little bit. I was running some deep diagnostics for myself, and something I've never experienced happened. I think I had what you and the others have called a vision. It, it seemed like a dream or vision, but it was as if I was inorganic. I no longer had the crab arm or any of this accoutrement, but I was back on Raxus Prime, my home. To's shining gem. But the sky was, I don't know, like a singularity, a black hole of horizon. And Dr. Vesh was there again, pointing at me. But and don't tell anybody about this, and I'll lean in. I think I felt a heartbeat.
In yourself, or
It seemed, yes.
Jacob? Quick lore question.
Sure, man.
Star Wars in general. Is there any like? I know the monks at Jabba's palace like uploaded their consciousness onto. Is that like a common?
Well, uploaded their consciousness, more put their brains in droids, and yeah, whether that's
Okay.
really their true conscious self or not, up for debate.
Any other? Are there
I
any
mean-
examples of that being in Star Wars though? Like,
Not
What about Grievous?
right-
I mean, he's kind of close.
Yeah, Grievous is certainly a cyborg for sure.
okay.
But as far as full organic into it's hard to say.
Okay. Well, either way, that is certainly an alarming dream for someone such as yourself. And it does not sound dissimilar from what you believe will happen at the end of time, correct? With the horizon.
Yes. It's a singular horizon line of the immutable void that consumes all. It was still strange. And now, at the conclusion of my diagnostic, I realized there's a subsection of my routines or what have you, but it is the passcode that I do not possess.
I do not know of any examples of this throughout this story, but do you think it is possible that perhaps you were once a humanoid, a sentient being of flesh and blood?
The entire thought kind of fills me with what would be the word? Distaste. But I can acknowledge that it's a possibility. I don't know why the Maker wouldn't have told me such.
Well, perhaps he did and locked it behind this passcode.
Real quick, from that dream, I had the sensation of having flesh. Did I get any kind of physical characteristics? Or just like the feeling of it?
I would say the easiest way would be that you had flesh over your current body. As horrifying as that visage might be.
Oh yeah.
I
Well,
No,
yes.
I'm not.
Hmm.
I'm not quite sure what to tell you about this, but the Force does work in mysterious ways, and perhaps there's an aspect of it that we have yet to discover that can affect droids such as yourself. I really don't know.
Yes, I simply thought to tell you, since seems you've had the most experience with these possibly metaphorical visions. I just was curious if anything would pop out at you.
Not immediately, but I would certainly dig a little deeper into your subroutines and see if you can find anything else. This is not something I think you should take lightly. This is your first ever dream, correct?
I suppose, yes. Devotee Lorne, the representative told me that my circuits might have been malfunctioning, but I did not believe him.
It is a convenient explanation for someone who lacks the knowledge to deduce what the dream means. Not to insult your friend, it just seems too simple of an answer.
I agree.
I'm more than happy to help you do any kind of research you may want, or experiments you'd like to perform, or anything of that nature. Just let me know what I can do to help.
Yes, I'm currently working on a theory that possibly I have to be completely pulled apart in order to unlock this piece, but it's still in rudimentary. I gotta, it's just kind of a first.
I see. Well, while I do prize myself on my knowledge, that may be a little beyond my skill set, so. A work in progress.
Well, you back to your studies. Thanks for the talk, Sheep.
Of course, anytime. And, no, by the way, later this evening I will be doing a team debate at, what's it called? At the Full Grid. If you would like to come, I think it will be interesting, if nothing else.
I shall be there. Do they ever turn into sort of brutal fights to the death?
I'm not sure about to the death, but I do know that sometimes some of the more martial orders can get a little physical. However, tonight it's with the Jedi Order, the Dagoyan Order, and the Ninth Door, and the Sorcerer of Tund, so maybe not tonight, but nothing is off the
I shall be
table.
there anyway. Yes, I shall be in the stands. I'll see if they have a little foam finger I can put on my crab claw.
That would be most humorous, no?
Well, I shall see you there. Good luck.
Thank you.
Perfect. Very good. All right. So, before we get to the debate, which I believe I might save, but there's a bit of a stirring on the morning of Tong's Day of this week. It seems it's mail day. A USDC member has been sent down from the Blue Decker Prism with physical, male and otherwise, for all sorts of members of the convocation and at the Shrine of Ancients. So people are, the hustle and bustle of people being excited perhaps about getting something has everybody kind of in a riled up mood. And you guys gather probably about 8:30, 9 in the morning at the south rise, the edge of the grand stairway. And lo and behold, this USDC member in his full uniform, just like you guys had seen aboard the Blue Decker Prism, carrying a rather large mail bag, his slate gray uniform with his little hat have been completely soaked through with sweat. He is dripping profusely off of his face and has both hands resting on his knees, heaving for breath as he barely gets atop the top of the staircase. And people descend on him effectively like a mob. Give me a second. Whew. Mail. Got your mail. Here, hey. Anybody? Has anybody got a water bottle? Woo. Oh, man. Hey, the orderly line. Everybody back up, man. One at a time. I'll call it out to everybody. Oh.
Neither rain nor sleet, huh?
Ooh. What was that?
Neither rain nor sleet.
Well, you know, it's USDC Postal. We'll go anywhere. All right. Well, you guys ever thought about getting a comlink set up here? Ooh. Anyways, okay. Well, first order of business. Let's see who I've got here. This is to Raul Darafon. No name. Anybody?
I'll shuffle up there.
All right, here you go.
Do I have to sign anything? Is it like
Nope. I'll trust you. Enjoy. Let's see here. No. Let's see. Sage Shuo. Then that one's for me. All right. It seems to be a magazine of some sort. All right. There you are. All right. Takes that. Let's see. I have. Let's see. By royal decree to the Princess Chrysos. Anybody? Oh, that's me. Very good. Oh, data stick here. Just has a 0 on it. Anybody 0?
Me, I believe.
Oh, all right. No. Hey, I know we didn't get a chance to talk on the Decker Prism, but I really want to tell you guys, you and your buddies, hey, really was pretty lively. You guys did a good job. We really appreciated that.
It was no trouble at all.
All right. Well, here you go. And I have a scroll. Don't know who's still making these. Data pads exist, people. Tell your friends back home. I've got this for one Narax Zaruk from Buhai Den. Sound familiar? Anybody? That's is I. All right. Any mail going out? Bring it now. You guys see not only people of the actual orders, but pilgrims that have been staying and shuffling about. Bring over and load them down. Letters, scrolls, data pads, flimsy plast, little tokens or whatever. And he loads them up on the bag. Would anybody like to send anything out in the mail to anybody?
Hey, you know what? I'll send something out. Just a little friendly correspondence to Jazz Silbit. You know, the classic. How are you doing? What are you up to? This is what I've been doing.
Of course.
Master Thelny seems very unprepared, and I don't think she likes me. Things of that nature.
Naturally. Yes, of course. So you type that up or write it up or however quickly. Go ahead to him. So, you got your postage? I'm just pulling your leg. USDC covers it, dude. We're modern day society. We don't have to pay for postage anymore. Give me that. All right. Well, see you guys in 2 weeks. Hopefully it's somebody else.
Oh, wait.
Yes.
I have one thing I'd like to send. USDC. Can prisoners receive mail?
Of course. Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
Well, like reach in my chest cabinet, pull out like a little scrap, like droid finger that I have from back home. Can you send this to Dr. Deary and Starbloom?
Oh, sure. Well, if I can find him. Oh, that's right. You guys are disconnected from the news. Yeah, big profile case showed up, never showed up to court. Crazy. Let's see. Actually, you know, I was supposed to do this first, sort of like a postcard, not a postcard thing, sort of like a announcement board thing. Sorry, I was really out of breath, but now I can talk pretty decently. Let's see. Yeah, Dr. Starbloom, that's breaking news. Didn't show up for trial. Big Bicentennial Festival of the Ancients. News just broke, kind of backwater world. Dracuine, huge mass casualty event. About 4 or 5 weeks ago. Yeah. You know, USDC Judiciary Branch is out investigating it now, see what's going on. If anything. Seems like some giant monster came out of the ground and ate a bunch of the celebrators for some reason. Yeah, crazy stuff. Bastard son of the second galactic sovereign, Rodok Cole, apparently is alive and has a claim to the throne, according to his mother, who was summarily executed. So, wow. That's pretty much it on the galactic scale of things. Cool. All right. Well, golly, never gets any lighter. They should make a hover cart or something for this. And he begins his long trek down the Great Stairway.
Sisyphus, the mailman.
He is. He's certainly one of them.
You hear that, Samson? Starbloom broke out.
Oh my god.
What do I have to do to have broken and ran away to not be here?
So what do you mean?
The one news of hearing about the Darafon. I'll give you a destiny. I'll give you a destiny point.
No. To hear that news and then slip away.
Yeah.
Give me a stealth check, man.
Yeah. And what it'll be?
I'll say
What
just a
will it be?
I'll say just a hard check as an aggregate of everybody else's skills
Just a
here.
hard.
And what do I owe you?
Fuck.
Well, 1 failure, 2 advantages.
All right, Jeff.
Yeah, as Samson tries to slip away. Hey, Samson, did you hear? Did you hear about Starbloom? That's crazy.
That's
I
actually.
can't believe it. I knew I was onto
crazy.
something. That guy's there's more to that guy than meets the eye. I'm telling you. I think he's hiding in his disguise.
I'm surprised he's that slimy. Do you think he knows somebody inside the U.S.?
I wouldn't put anything past this guy.
I think I could figure out if there was somebody involved back in my camp, in my bedroom. You know, there's something there that might say something for me. If I could just go get it, like right now.
If you have to go to the refresher, you can just say that.
I have to shit. It is going to come out of my ears.
All right.
Do I make my loud getaway?
Absolutely, yes. Absolutely. So, do you return to your chapter house, Samson?
Yeah, where's Azraman?
He's in there. And you walk in, and he is looking as if he's expecting you. And as soon as he walks in, he looks at you. Our time has run out. We have to go. And that is where we'll end this week's session.
Hell yeah.
Very cool.
All right. So I know this was downtime heavy. I know we haven't rolled a whole bunch of dice, but I did want to get everybody to roll at least a little bit. But this is the way of things. So, of course, 15 XP for the gang.
Yay.
And we are about to be entering... we're about to be entering some night level-esque trials as we approach these next couple of weeks. So keep your wits about you. And for some of you, Shib and Jeth especially, you guys have, order reliant items that you gain upon your night level stuff. Nolan, Samson, perhaps think about what maybe that would look like, a item signifier of some sort. But other than that, you're 15 XP. Hey, viewers, we love you guys. Hey, mysteries abound. Who's really the criminal in all of this? And Dr. Starbloom, is he a good guy? Maybe so. Find out next week's episode. Thank you. Good night.